Golf's no different from hockey. Requires talent, self-discipline.
Golf requires goofy pants and a fat ass. You should talk to my neighbor, the accountant, probably a great golfer, huge ass.
How do you measure yourself with other golfers? By height.
It's a very, very special honor.
I'm Paula Creamer, and you're listening.
Well, we're waiting.
Hi, this is Martin Cove, a.k.a. John Kreese from Cobra Kai, and you're listening to
Quiet, Please.
Let the word go out from here across the land. Let Daddy Noonan approve.
Hi, boys. Nice day for golf, isn't it? Quiet, please. Oh, you got secrets, eh?
Hey, this is Shooter McGavin. You're listening to the...
Hey, you guys. Hey, we're trying to have a podcast over here.
The stage is set. It is Thursday evening. We are recording and going live here on our YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Exactly 12 hours and a handful of minutes. Balls will be in the air. We've all been waiting for this for 2 years. We get to see Bethpage as a venue of the Ryder Cup. And I am Alan Depew. You found Quiet Please Golf Podcast. And I've got 3 guys here that they know the game a little bit. So joining our panel are my panel of experts and friends back from a long hiatus.
Yeah.
Brendan Elliott, is that you?
It is I.
It is you.
See? Proof.
He's alive.
Representing New England in Boston. Both Bob Baldessari of Reimagine Golf and Andy Hydorn. Don't be that guy.
Do not be that guy.
I got the Ryder Cup going.
Got the Ryder Cup going. So, hey, let's just throw this out there right now, guys. As we tell everybody, we love interaction with people. Feel free to chime in. Keep it clean. Pops up on the screen. We'll try to integrate you into the conversation because, as I mentioned, Ryder Cup tomorrow. Pairings have already been announced. We're going to dissect it. BE, in honor of your return, it's all you. What's your thoughts?
Yeah.
I know you put out some articles about it recently.
There's a couple surprises, like that last match going out in the morning, Xander and Cantley. Those were my 2 guys in my predictions that I said were going to be the shit show for the U.S. And I have to put that in context because I've written and blasted about how the media stirs up stuff, and here I go doing that. But Xander and Patrick Cantley are both phenomenal golfers. What I mean is they're not in their best form currently, and I see them getting absolutely stomped by McIntyre and Victor Hovland. However, the other matches, Harris English will kind of carry Colin. I think Morikawa is going to find his footing, but that's going to be a tough one because it's Rory and Tommy. I mean, that's your buzzsaw for the Euros. Scotty and Russell will take that one pretty handily, I think. Ludwig and Fitzpatrick. And then the first group out, man, I love how Keegan is really riding Bryson and seeing the value Bryson brings to the team, because people will be hooting and hollering for him. If he drives that first green, man, holy crap. We will be off to the races.
Andy?
Yeah, I the first thing I look for is who's sitting, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And for the U.S., it's Sam Burns, it's J.J. Spawn, it's Ben Griffin, and it's Cam Young. And then for the European side, it's Shane Lowry, Justin Rose, Rasmus Højgaard, and Sepp Straka. So it's always interesting to see the dynamic of the Ryder Cup just with the 8 out of 12 guys are playing in all the partners matches. So it's always interesting to see who sits, and we don't really know why they sit, because I agree with Brendan. You know, you look at like Schauffele, especially being not in his best playing form. So it's always interesting to see that. So again, that's what I look for first.
Bobby, your initial thoughts? We're already getting comments. I love it.
Yeah, I actually agree with Miguel. Just Miguel, what's his name? Miguel Hall
of Fame guy Rodriguez. Yes.
I agree with Miguel 100% as far as I think Bryson can get really, really good, or he's going to be really kind of wild. And you put him with Justin JT, who you hope he's on. And I think JT at times gets super aggressive. You got two crazy aggressive guys in a format that really is a little more cautious, play for the middle. We've all played in these foursomes, or it's mentally a crazy exercise. So I saw that match and I went, wow, I can't believe those two are together. I really did. I thought in my mind, I thought Bryson would go out, but put him with like Harris English or maybe Henley. Like I kind of went, steady Eddie. We agree with Brendan. If he drives that first hole, it's going to be crazy. But he could. I mean, I don't know. This could be the most exciting or the most crazy first match ever.
I said a couple of weeks ago, I thought that JT was the only one that could match his energy, but no way did I have him slated to go out in foursomes.
JT may have.
I agree. I agree, AD. I think using Bryson in foursomes, and it's hard to sit Bryson because he's such a great player, but using him in foursomes that's got to be tough, not just for him but for his partner.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess the logic, if you're to believe the pundits on TV, the logic is because JT's great wedge player, maybe the best one actually there, that Bryson can bang it up there as far and JT can spin it in tight. I guess. I mean, I still want to use him. I understand sitting rows. Andy, your point, because I was looking at who got sad also. I can understand sitting rows. He's the oldest. I think he's the oldest guy there, right? And you don't want to wear him out, even though he can be so calming on some of the younger guys. But they don't have any younger guys. This was my conversation earlier with somebody. They're so deep. They're so deep.
Yeah, but they have some Ryder Cup young guys.
I got a question for our guy Miguel Rodriguez out there. If he can respond when he said he's walking the course and looked tough. How was the rough? I was interested about the rough, the density, how thick.
Funny you say that, Bob, because over on our Instagram page, I'm assuming it's the Hall of Fame guy. I'm assuming that's Miguel over on there as well. But I actually responded I was supposed to be up there yesterday. But my first question was how deep is the rough up there? And then I have statistics to back things up. So if Miguel does want to respond, I will chime in with my statistics. Crafted in true form, BE, on the back of a torn envelope.
Let's hear it.
They were saying that everybody wanted to see the carnage of Bethpage, but the rough is cut low.
Yeah.
I heard that.
So clearly they're thinking, okay, well, works out for the Bombers of Team USA. But if this is just the driving distances. I know you can't see that because I flashed it up there. But statistically, our driving distances are actually not. Maybe we're more consistent, but the longest hitters are actually on Team Europe.
Yeah, so Rasmus Højgaard is one of the longer hitters, right?
Højgaard is average 318.
So you
got here. If you want some boring stats thrown at you, Rory's
got to be up there.
323, Aubert 319, Højgaard 318, and then there's a big drop off. Although we don't have Hatton and Rahm, why don't we have Hatton and Rahm? I wonder where they're playing. But then you look at Team USA, you got Xander and Cam Young and Bryson. And Young is 313 and Xander's at 312. And Miguel says, hopefully 47 coming off a broken ankle. So going down hole one as a spectator, rough was low. Rough was low.
Trying to find, there was stats somewhere I saw where they broke down strokes gained for both teams. That may be what you're referring to, AD, when you were putting your stats together.
I was purely going off of driving distance, my friend.
But I can't seem to find that. I put it in one of my articles, but it was interesting. Like some areas where you would think one team was stronger than the other. It was almost the opposite. And I don't want to misquote without seeing it, so I can't remember if it was Euros were better putters or vice versa. But I say it's pretty evenly matched. I know revving up to this in the last couple of weeks, you know, some of us thought that the Euros were going to just absolutely stomp on them. But I really think what we saw, and you guys might have talked about this in my absence, but I think what we saw at the Pro Corps from the Americans was positive. And I think what we saw from some of the Euros in what was the last event they played in France? Was not in France. It was
the BMW.
No,
BMW.
Yeah, BMW. Sorry.
Some of them did not play good. McIntyre didn't play good. Fleetwood didn't play good. So I think it's going to be pretty evenly matched. But like every Ryder Cup, it's going to be a momentum thing, and who can really get hyped up or bounce back if need be. And it's going to come down, in my opinion, this is the one factor. It's going to be Luke Donald and Keegan Bradley. It's not going to be the individual performance of the players. Obviously, they're the ones putting the numbers on the scorecard, but who's going to be able to get these guys excited the most?
Well, Luke is one up after the speeches yesterday.
I agree.
Bobby, the Keegan on his when they were revealing their picks today, because everything's out of whack with the rain, but Keegan was touting in particular the analytics. I mean, you got any? Can you shed any light on that from your past experiences with the PGA and so forth?
The analytics have been increasing over time. It's almost like, you know, in the old days that the baseball manager looking at Annie Hydon on the mound and just, you know, the gutsy thrower pitcher. Now it's analytics, and it's like, oh, 80 pitches, you're done. And so the analytics, you know, they're getting in all the sports, getting into this, getting into how you set up the golf course. I don't know if you have analytics for what's in your chest, what's in your mind, between your ears, the old Bobby Jones thing, the adrenaline. Guys are hitting balls every day, practicing every day, get on the first tee, adrenaline through the roof. How do you control that? Coming down the stretch, you know, those are the intangibles I look at. You can have all the data. Brendan Elliott's the best wedge player from 100 yards in. You've got 80 yards in to a tuck pin, and it's the whole Ryder Cup's on your shoulders. Like, can you handle that? You know, so all that plays into it.
Well, it's funny you say that. One of the best wedge shots ever at the Ryder Cup was at Oak Hill in Rochester, where Nick Faldo had to lay up his second shot into number 18, and he was playing Curtis Strange, I believe, and hit like that 90 or 80 yard wedge shot right in there and made par. Like you're right. The difference between what nerves can do for you on a shot like that is way more than happens on other type of golf shots. So, you know, those touchy, feely wedge shots are everything.
Yeah, all that stuff on. I know. I'm thinking Lanny Watkins. I'm thinking 87 at PGA National in the Ryder Cup, and he knocked in there like this while lightning's in the background coming down. That was a crazy shot.
Or Calcavecchia with the snap fade on 17 coming down the stretch, forever known for. Yep. I was actually non-Ryder Cup. I was thinking, are you going to see that? You know, with the pressure. I mean, the Bobby Clampett topping it down the fairways in a major. I mean, it's a pressure cooker without question. And Andy, I mean, we do have the coach's nightmare apparently on our team.
Bryson?
Allegedly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I think you get what you get with him, and it's the good and the bad. So that'll be interesting. I do feel like if he plays well, like he will bring a ton of energy and momentum, as we talked about being so important in this thing. He'll bring it. I think if he doesn't play well, we saw him on that live for TV match where he acted like a baby when things weren't going his way. So I don't know. It could be interesting.
He looked pretty serious during the opening ceremonies. Miguel chimed in, one more soft greens early tomorrow. Who does that benefit? First two groups going out, Team USA or Team Europe?
That combination of if that's the case, if the greens are going to be soft, that combination of Bryson and Thomas might really play well into that, and that might have been a factor for Keegan to do that. Now they say they've had the pairings pretty much put together for a long time, but I don't know. I don't know if I 100% agree with that. You gotta take where they're at this moment right now. But generally, looking at how each of those two guys play, I think that the softer greens will favor that first match going out for sure for the U.S.
Yeah, hitting high lofted second shots from the rough, like soft greens help that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it's almost like Bryson at Winged Foot.
Yeah, which was amazing, right? Like I remember being so amazed at how long the rough looked at Winged Foot, but he was hitting wedges out of there, right? And it looked like it was 6 inches long, and he was just ripping through that grass like it was nothing.
Bobby, I asked about the analytics, and I found it fascinating during his presser today that they obviously asked him, "Are you going for it at number one?" And he's like, "Well, it's a driver. Any way I play it, it's a driver. If it's wind's in my face, it's a driver. If it's downwind, you can reach it. It's crosswind, it's a drive. So it's definitely a driver. If he's hitting the driver, he'll be hitting the driver because the crowd wants him to hit the driver, and they want the crowd into it, as we've all been saying. But what was fascinating was he goes, you got to get it to 200 in order to have a chance to get it to the front of the green.
What, ball speed?
Ball speed.
So here's my question. If any of you know this, like as the crow flies from tee to green, like what's the yard? Because I know the yardage of the hole is like, what, 380 or something like that?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know what it is. I know he didn't mention that. Something about carrying at 382 or hitting it at 382.
I thought I saw it was 357 that basically gets you to the putting surface off the one. I've started on the tee and the original tee. I know they built a new tee left, but when you stand on the tee that's their existing tee, it's a heck of a hit to try to hit that over that corner, and you got to keep the ball in the air so it's flight. It's not like you have to carry it 150 in this roll.
And it's 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing. You know, a lot of these players, they've got these like 2-hour warm-up routine. So they're going to get up at like 4 a.m. They have to get to the course. They do their stretching. They do this, that. You're warming up. It's dark out. It's really, really interesting, the timing of these matches.
Has that been typical? I can't remember. I thought it was more like 8 o'clock, 8:30 from what I remember in the past. It might be a weather thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we have another question from Karen Joyce. I'm taking liberty of pronouncing her first name, or his first name. But how many points does home course advantage equate to, in your opinion? I think it's
good question.
Easily more than 2.
Oh yeah, I was going to say 2.5 to 3.
Yeah.
Well, we got B. You weren't here last week. We asked the question. I think you mentioned it about Keegan and Luke Donald. But how much does the captain contribute? What do you think that really? How many points is the captain worth? I said it was only 1.
It just depends on. Like you can go back and look at some captains like the Azinger model or the Watson model or the style of the captain. It can vary greatly. I think it could be 2-3 points or like you're saying, it could be very, very minimal.
I lean on the minimal side.
To answer the question, I went to the most trusted source out there, Google Maps, and 1,178 feet. That translates into 392 yards as the crow flies.
Really? How long is the hole? 410?
It was 408 or
1,274 if you play it to the corner and in. That's a poke, Andy. Andy Heidorn can pull that shot off.
How many inches is that?
Christian can make that shot.
Christian could definitely make that shot without question. He could that small that thing. So, what pairing in the groups do you think surprised you the most?
Well, I'll go back to what I was saying before. You got Cantley and I gotta pull up my notes here. Who's Cantley going off with?
Xander.
That was a little bit of a surprise.
Really? Because those guys play together all the time.
No, I know that they play together, but
the fact that they were actually playing.
They're not. Neither one are really on form.
Yeah.
And see, I'll go back to, let's go Europe and especially the Irish voice. Oh,
yes.
I was kind of thinking that that was an Irish first name.
Good on you, mate. Or no, that's Australia.
That's Australia.
Hey, listen, can I? Since that was posted, can I just say something I wrote about? I love the majority of the guys on the Euro side, and I understand that this is us versus them or US versus Europe, but it's such a connected world now, and these guys are friends on both sides that I'm having a hard time. Yes, I'll root for the US, of course, but if Rory stiffs one and makes a great shot and taps in an eagle, or Hatton, I don't care. I'm here to watch. Or this week I'm tuning in for good golf, and I think if we think that way, which the Ryder Cup, President's Cup, Solheim Cup, these events bring out the best golf that you're ever going to see, and I think that's what we should appreciate versus the booing. And I'm very nervous about how that crowd's going to be acting up there in Long Island.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, Brendan. And I'll say this: I've felt that way about the Ryder Cup for a long time, and I think it's the fact that so many of those players play here all the time, and some of you all know ad nauseum who my favorite player is, right? He's on the other team, but how do you dislike Ludwig and Matt Fitzpatrick and even like Tyrrell Hatton's a hoot, right?
Yeah.
I just love a lot of players on that side. But I will say this year more than ever in the last 10 or 15 years anyway, I'm feeling a little bit more rooting for the US side to win. Not that I didn't always root for them to win. It's just a little more this year for some reason.
I think a big part of that is the relationship between Luke Donald and Keegan Bradley. And they've talked about that quite a bit in the lead up to this and this week about the friendship that they have. And it makes you think back to something I wrote about earlier this week about the concession in 1969 and how important that was to these matches of the spirit of competition shouldn't be something that gets nasty. And I'm sure stuff is going to happen. There's little things that bubble up every year, but Bobby, sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're fine. Some of the articles I've been reading this week, one had to do with the physical setup of the stands and the chalets and the corporate tents and everything. And it could possibly take away some of the intimacy or some of the gelling of people together and getting the excitement going. I hadn't seen the physical layout, but it was interesting in this article talking about how everything's put together. And I think one of the players even noticed, granted it's a practice round, but maybe Morikawa said it just seems quieter. It just seemed different the way typically the events had been at Bethpage. I don't know.
Just wait till 6 o'clock in the morning.
know,
or 7:30 or whatever it is.
3 o'clock. They're going to be at the gates, ready to get in there. It's going to be mayhem.
Well, that's what happens at Bethpage all the time. You know, you get people at 2 a.m. waiting to sleep in the car trying to get tea time. The other article, or there was something where Jeff Shackelford wrote about the concession.
Yeah.
You know, the idea of just conceding a putt. And we've all been there where you're like early in the round, yeah, Andy, that's good. Yeah, Andy, that's good. A couple of 2-footers because I don't want Andy putting that till later in the round. So you try that psychology thing. It's like icing the kicker in football. And so, but how some players take affront to that when you what? I have to putt a 2-footer now? Are you kidding me? There's really the psychology again.
That'd be a great idea in football. They're lined up for a 25-yard field goal. You go, that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And wait till the end.
Yeah.
Or a free throw.
Yeah. Concessions. The art of the concession.
I don't know if I would have done that when Shaq was on the line. Free throw.
No.
No.
So, because of various things and you being out, I don't think you've chimed in on what your expectations and what you think the score is going to be. We all put it down, and I'm going to reiterate it. Okay. First of all, I want to show you what my attire is to play golf next. I'm playing golf 9 holes tomorrow. I will be donning my red, white, and blue flag outfit, but I'm not backing down. I will be honest with you. I think the Euros win. I think they win, and my prediction was 16-12. I'm staying with that. And you guys can laugh at me, and I hope I'm wrong.
By the way, you called me out last week for switching, and I never switched.
Why, did you go back and double check that?
No, I just said before that if it were played on a neutral site, my thought was Europe would win. But the home field or home course advantage would be too much for the Euros to take. And I'm sticking with that too.
Oh.
Okay, so
he's in my corner. I like it.
Mine is Bobby's numbers in reverse. But I wrote what I thought was an entertaining one on the whole tournament, how it would play out. And this was a
that was good.
Fantasy thing where I said it's going to come down to Rory and Scheffler, all tied, 18th hole. Scheffler knocks in a 2 or 3 footer after Rory misses like a 20-something footer. That would be a fantastic scenario. But I just don't see that happening.
Well, I appreciate the fact that you didn't say Rory misses a 4-footer.
You, Matt?
No, I would never.
TV ratings if that played out.
Oh my God! It's already going to be one of the best, I think.
Don Ray and the boys down in Frisco would be ecstatic.
So do you think, Bobby? You probably know more about the inner workings of this than anybody else. Do you think that they would set it up so that those two guys play each other on Sunday?
Oh,
probably, yeah. I mean, there's gamesmanship, and I think the idea of Rory going out first, he wanted to go out first. Maybe Scotty goes out first. Maybe you save Scotty for later. There's sort of been this thing in the past where if you had a couple of number ones or the 1 and 2 that they didn't put them together, at least in that singles. But there's already been some discussion about, hey, let's do away with what's happened in the past. Let's get the 2 best players in the world together in the Ryder Cup last match. May or may not happen.
It would suck if it didn't matter, though.
Right. Yeah.
It would matter. It would matter to them, obviously. So
if you put them out first, though, that could,
could make it. So the way it works, just to be clear, is each captain submits their order.
Yep.
Correct?
Yep.
Correct.
Incomplete. So it's not like Luke puts up a name and then Keegan matches it, then Keegan puts up a name. So it's the order is. So I guarantee you they come together and say, all right, let's figure out where to put Rory and Scotty.
Mm-hmm.
Or how about this scenario? How about Rory and Bryson in match 1?
I was just thinking that same thing.
Yeah, I mean that's an equally, compelling match.
Do you guys think, and I hate to say it again, but I kind of wrote about this a little bit too. Do you think that a lot of this is manufactured? I do. I don't, and I think they
pro
get
wrestling
swept
spin.
Huh?
The pro wrestling spin.
Yeah, I think it's manufactured by the media wanting to get clicks, and these guys get swept up into it, and that may lead to a little bit of back and forth with each other. But when you look at their press conferences, they both wanted to shy away from that, obviously. But
it's real blood, Brendan. It's real blood.
I think
steel cage.
Yeah, but they cut themselves though.
Once the entity of the PGA America wants this to escalate into nuclear bombs because the commercial business development guys can sell more corporate, higher dollar, more sponsorships, more Ryder Cup specific. I just want to be involved in the Ryder Cup. That's out there. I mean, this is going to want this so white hot that in the next time it's in the United States, it's $5 million for something that was $1 million years ago.
I would say, to your point, Brendan, that golfers are golfers. So before play, they're going to be very complimentary and gentlemanly, almost like an NHL player in front of a microphone. And then after they play, they're going to be the same way. But I think once the first tee shot gets hit and the last putt gets holed, I think these guys are 100% serious. And how about Rory last Ryder Cup in the parking lot?
Yeah,
that's not fake.
No, I'm not saying that what transpires is fake. I'm saying that it's manufactured by media, social media, and these guys buy into it, where normally they don't have beef with each other. That's more of what my thinking is.
But I think they put all that aside and they do beef with each other.
I think to use your analogy, Andy, I mean, yeah, there's all the niceties on a hockey rink, and then the chirping starts in the middle of the game, and I mean, you're so shocked that they don't punch each other in handshake lines. I mean,
yeah, think of an NFL interview versus an NHL interview. The NFL guys saying they can't cover me, they can't block me, they can't this, they can't that. And the NHL guy, those guys are really good. They're tough. They're a great club.
Hey, when Cody Rhodes and John Cena beat the shit out of each other, they hugged afterwards.
You guys ready for some Ryder Cup trivia?
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
Almost. Now I am.
I got a few of them. We're going to go rapid fire.
Oh, okay.
You ready? Which, I don't want to give it away. Who has won the most overall matches won in Ryder Cup history?
Which person?
Yes.
Okay.
Person.
Come on. I know that.
I'm going to say Sergio.
He is. Yep.
What was the largest margin of victory team match was?
10 points.
More.
Yeah, it was more.
Yeah.
Is this pre-merger? Great Britain and
pre-merger.
Pre-merger.
Yeah.
Pre-merger.
67.
Oh.
12.
The Dow Finsterwald years.
I think there was. Yeah, it might have been. That was Ben Hogan's team. USA 23.5 to
4.5.
8.5. Basically
changed
more
matches back then.
More matches, yeah. How about this one?
So that was done before they even got the singles, basically.
Yeah. This is a recent one. The largest winning margin in an 18-hole match.
Somebody had to have been done by the 10th hole.
Had to be like an 8 and 7.
9 and 7. 2023.
Oh.
Oh, that was Fitzpatrick lost.
That was Ludwig and Victor taking down
Oh, wow.
Scotty Scheffler.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
9-7.
Scheffler and Brooks Koepka.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
Huh.
Does Scheffler sweep this week?
Hey, you throw the records out. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, never know in the team thing.
Anybody got that there? What is his record in the Ryder Cup?
I don't have it handy.
There's always much is always made about playing with Tiger in his heyday was never. His record was not as.
No.
Tiger's record is terrible.
Yeah.
Like it's. I just heard it on the way home tonight. It's like
it's almost like 500, right?
13. No. It's 13 21 or something like that.
Scheffler's 2, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Look up Tiger.
I think Tiger's got a losing.
I think it's 13
and
20 something.
So looking at the rosters and go back to the depth conversation. Andy, do you send out Scotty, JT, Bryson? I can't think of anybody else. All 5 matches.
I don't think you plan on anything. I think you go with what's happening, right? So maybe you're open to playing those guys all 5 matches, but they have to earn it, I think, along the way.
Bobby, do you think it's like a first, to Andy's point, is it a first day you've got your plan, but you see how they either excelled or chopped it up in day 1, and by day 2 you're adjusting?
I think you got to stay nimble. I think you think of Mike Tyson, everybody has a plan until you get punched in the nose. It's like, in war, you have the best laid plans and bullets start flying, and you just got to see what happens. It's so intense. I think they probably have these like 52 different plans. If this happens, if that happens, if somebody gets hurt, an injury. You just never know on that stuff. Tiger's record, 13 wins, 21 losses.
Whoa.
3 halves.
And he's only won once with the team.
Yep.
In 8 appearances. However, he's with 14.5 total points. He's number 4 on the all-time list.
Same question, BE. Euros. Any guys over there playing all 5 aside from Rory? Aubert, I think, probably. Young guys. Got legs.
Yeah, probably those 2 guys will probably be the only 2, I would think.
What, Rory and Ludwig?
Ludwig, yeah.
I'm thinking that potentially
Hovland,
Tyrrell Hatton could.
Oh yeah.
Hovland's a wild card. I mean, he has not had a great year.
No, he hasn't.
Like he could very easily slip into the I ain't playing good zone.
Well, I loved his little comment out there in his presser when they're talking about the voices coming from the crowds and everything else. And I think I'll paraphrase, he goes, "Can't be any worse than the voices in my head."
Yeah. he is awesome. Like
he's a great kid.
Yeah.
How about the I didn't hear it specifically. Did anybody happen to catch it? And I don't even understand the meaning of it, but John Rahm at Ozepek. Somebody yelled at him something. It was either, "Are you on Ozepek?" or "How's the Ozepek working out for you?"
No way.
I swear to God, first tee.
Does he look like he's lost some weight?
New York.
Oh, it's gonna get good.
He does. Well, I did look at him and think he had lost a little weight, though, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Morikawa basically calling for carnage. He goes, "I want the fans to just go insane."
He's a weird guy. He's hard to figure out.
But remember, Andy, when we were compiling our teams before the picks, and I don't want to quote fake news. I actually did read this someplace, although I cannot footnote it to my writer colleague here. Morikawa plays long golf courses well.
Yeah,
he does statistically. Yeah, that's true.
And he's going to need to.
Yeah.
Do any of these? Just a question for you guys is: do any of these guys who aren't playing well or don't have a great record, like a Fitzpatrick or whoever, do any of them make this week about, hey, look, I can still play this game type of week for themselves, or Schauffele, or any of those guys that are a little bit question marks?
I think match play helps a little bit versus if you were teaming up in the U.S. Open right now. I think match play, I think having teammates around is helpful. I think where you're going to play in what format as for foursome, four ball. So, yeah, I think I've said this before where, I personally remember going into some tournaments before and feeling like, I don't really have it. And literally on the driving range or the second shot of the round, just felt like, oh, wow, that swing felt really good. And I just clicked and took it for the round. Like, it's such an interesting game, isn't it? I mean, you just never know. But
it is. And what makes it interesting is weeks like this where everything's just revved up so much and they never play match play. Well, I don't say never. They do once. Well, no. Oh, they still have the match play. They still have the match play championship. But this format, I just, for the life of me, can't understand why the Ryder Cup is almost agreed amongst any golf pundit as being one of the most nerve-wracking for a player above and beyond a major championship. Like, is it the team aspect, or what do you guys think?
Absolutely. And they were talking today about Tiger's record, and when he's playing with a partner, there's so much pressure on the partner to want to perform for Tiger.
Yeah.
That especially in a foursomes match, if your partner's no good, you're losing. And in a four-ball match, there's some of that goes on too. So, but I just think that the added pressure to perform for anyone outside your own self is exponential.
Yeah, I'll add on that. Like if I don't know, pick a player on either side. If they get on one of the holes and they hit a god awful shot, or coming up by 18 and they miss a putt, they lost for Europe. They lost it for the United States of America. If it's in the Masters, it's too bad, Victor Hovland. You lost the Masters in individual. It's just that big picture. You play for your country type of thing. You have the teammate.
Guys have been reduced to tears.
Oh yeah,
way more often here than at any other event.
Yeah. Does anybody know, was that fake on social where they have a crying room in the European locker room? I was on X. A crying room.
You're on X? Jesus, Alan. Take it easy.
I'm very, very social media savvy. Bottom line, boys, going to be a great next couple of days. Looking forward to it. Yes, I will be sitting in front of the TV. Where's my little button right here? And we're going to hit that button right there, Andy Hydorn. 18th green. By the way, 18th green, great uphill, par 4.
Yeah.
What you got? Oh, Mike Padilla. I think it was
It's not Padilla. It's Padilla.
Padilla. Mike Padilla. Oh, You are a resident linguist.
No, but Mike Padilla.
Never mind. Bobby, you go first.
He's my floorball partner.
With the cryo room.
Is he a member of the? Is he a member of the putting society?
No.
Oh, okay.
That is awesome. Crying room or cryo. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Final thought.
Yeah, I had a thought, and we just got interrupted. Let me think.
All right, back to Andy then.
So Mike Padilla is the one, by the way, that got us John Wood to be on our show.
So, thank you, Mike.
Mike will be leaning in again on that shortly.
There you go.
But yeah, happy Ryder Cup weekend. It's going to be awesome. I love when I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to know that I can turn on the TV and watch golf
all day long almost.
Yeah. So really looking forward to it. And I'll just finish by saying that home field, home course wins out and the U.S. takes it.
Okay. BE?
Happy to be back. Hopefully I can keep the trend up. I hope that golf wins out this week. We've got too much crap going on in this world to have other negative things happen in an event that we all love to watch. So I hope golf is the winner. But as far as the competition goes, I think it's U.S. is going to take this one. I'm with Andy.
Bobby, before you go, just a little comment over on our Instagram. I was a winning caddy for USA in a Walker Cup. That you're playing for the entire country thing is real. No doubt. I can appreciate that pressure. BB, what you got?
Yeah, I hope the USA fans come up with a really good cheer. I think Europe leads in the cheering department. They get some pretty cool stuff. But I was going to, and Brendan talked about it, what I was going to go where I just hope to God it's a fun, exciting event, but it just doesn't get over the top. I'm a little bit concerned where this whole thing is going with the Ryder Cup, that at some point it gets so white hot like a dwarf star that it's going to implode and kind of go backwards to some degree. The heyday was 99, somewhere's in there that, the purity of the event is something. The players are getting paid. I know the optics of that. It's starting to get into a weird area. But I just hope it's a lot of fun. I hope it is close. I hope it comes down to the 18th hole. A lot of these matches never make it to 16, 17, or 18. So wouldn't it be amazing, a final match, 18th hole? I'm rooting for that.
So I'm going to close with, I'm going to connect some dots here, Mr. Hydorn. Just echoing what the last two partners there said regarding the fans. They're wired a little different up on Long Island. This past summer, a 27-year-old broke the world record for playing golf 36 consecutive hours.
A lot of golf.
They're wired a little different on Long Island. It could be crazy. See you guys next week. I look forward to that conversation.
The recap. I know.
You only have one opportunity to sell your golf property. Shouldn't you partner with an expert that offers you 30-plus years of golf industry experience, combined with the reach of a global leader in real estate? Colliers International Golf Brokerage and Advisory Services understands your unique business needs. Whether it is brokerage, management, and consulting, be reassured that the market leader in the business of golf is providing you the real answers and practical solutions you deserve. Contact Golf Talk Live co-host and Colliers Golf Advisory Services member Alan Depew today at 717-554-8519. That's 717-554-8519.